Hope everybody is well today. Good morning. It's good afternoon, good evening. Somewhere in the world, it's always morning, always lunchtime, always afternoon, and always evening. And of course, Hanukkah today in England. Your clocks have changed, as ours did a few weeks ago. And now you have to get up at 5:30 in the morning. So if anybody's complaining about attending Dharma class live online, don't have to drive anywhere, then you can utilize the thought of Hanukkah. Getting up early. In Australia, it's easy, It's afternoon. I was going to make these Dharma classes, starting more than 5 years ago. I was going to make them about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, which was when we started the Saturdays and Sundays in-person classes. But I realized actually it's probably better late in the day. So it made it easy for Australians, and also it worked out better for people overseas too, which is good. Because imagine if we did a 2 p.m. Dharma class. In Britain, you'd have to get up at 2:30 in the morning or stay up until Dharma class finished and live a musician's lifestyle, jokingly. All right, so we can do some chanting now and some meditation before we continue the introduction to the commentary on meditation and its benefits, getting to know your mind article. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddham saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchami, Dutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchami. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. I take refuge until I am enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, through the positive potential I create by practicing the 6 paramitas. May I soon attain enlightenment in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I am enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, through the positive potential I create by practicing the 6 paramitas. May I soon attain enlightenment in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I am enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, through the positive potential I create by practicing the 6 paramitas. May I soon attain enlightenment in order to benefit all sentient beings. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May they be free from suffering and its causes. May they never be parted from their happiness beyond suffering. May they abide in equanimity, free of bias, attachment to the near, and aversion from the far. I shall cause this great compassionate Buddha, please inspire me to be able to do so. Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every types of offerings, actual and mentally transformed. I confess all of my negative actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in all the virtues of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until cyclic existence ends, and turn the wheel of Dharma for all sentient beings. I dedicate the virtues of myself and others to the great enlightenment. However innumerable all sentient beings are about to save them all. However inexhaustible my delusions are about to extinguish them all. However immeasurable the Dharma teachings are about to master them all. However endless the Buddha's way is, about to follow it completely. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Tayatam Gati Gati Parasam Gati Buddhi Soha. Tayatam Gati Gati Parasam Gati Buddhi Soha. Tayatam Gati Gati Parasam Gati Buddhi Soha. So now get yourself in a comfortable position for meditation, whatever suits you. Nice and relaxed. And bring your mind inside your body. And we will release the tension from inside the body. Wherever you have some tension, as you're focusing and past that area, then release the tension with your mind. Or if you need, then you can utilize an out breath to release the tension, or even manipulate the area physically. And also we can, not to contemplate this now, but just to bring to mind that everything's impermanent. So our tension is impermanent. Our stress, our defilements are impermanent. They have the nature of being unsatisfactory. And there is no self to be found anywhere. So think about the body, like in your ankles. Where's the self in there? Is that you? Is that the self? No, it's changing all the time. Even down to the minute particles in that ankle. It's changing all the time. So there's no self there. There's no self. If there can be no self within all of the constituents in the body, such as the ankle and the particles within the ankle and all of the other parts of the body, constantly changing. If there's no self there, then how can there be a self in the whole of the body? It's the three marks of existence. All conditioned phenomena are impermanent, unsatisfactory, and empty of self. Nirvana is freedom from all of this, unconditioned. So like I said, bring your mind inside your body and release the tension starting at the bottom. So from your toes, top of the feet and the bottom of the feet, balls, the arches, the heels. So the feeling mentally that we have, say, for instance, if we have some discomfort or pain physically, affects the mind normally, unless you've trained your mind well. It's a feeling. That feeling, VANDANA, that feeling is impermanent, unsatisfactory, and empty of self. So now bring your mind to releasing the tension from around your ankles, Achilles tendons, the lower legs, calf muscles, shins, all around your knees, upper legs, quads, hamstrings, and all around your midsection, your hips and hip flexors, glutes, groin. Bring up your stomach a little, and your sides, and your lower back. Working your way up your back, up your spine, to the center of your back. And likewise with the sides and the front of the body. And your chest area and underneath your arms. And your upper back. In between the shoulder blades and the spine on each side are the rhomboid muscles. Release from them. On the outside of the shoulder blades, you have the lateral muscles. Release from them. And from the neck to the shoulders, you have the upper trap muscles. Release from them. And your shoulders, biceps and triceps and elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, fingers, and thumbs. And you bring your focus to release from all around your neck. And the back of your head. Sides of your head, around your ears and temples. And all around your face. Around your cheekbones and cheeks. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw. Release from around your chin and mouth, inside and outside. Nose and sinuses and eye sockets and eyes. Make sure you're not frowning on your forehead. And finally, release from the crown of your head. And then scan your body ever so briefly from the bottom to the top to see if there's any leftover tension. And if there is, release it. Now bring your focus initially to the tip of your nose and follow the feeling of the breath as you breathe in your nose all the way into your lungs, back out your nose again. So breathing in and breathing out and focusing on this feeling of this breath, this breathing process. If any thoughts arise as we practice this breath meditation, don't cling to them or grasp at them or try to push them away or deny them. But let them go naturally and simply by replacing your mind back onto your breath. So release them, let them go as you replace your mind on the object of the meditation, which is the breath. You can also add the extra technique of counting the breaths from 1 up to 10. Don't go past 10. And if you get distracted on the way towards 10, go back to 1 at that time. These types of extra techniques can help you focus on the breath. Remember that the breath is the focus. So if your mind starts to become dull or sleepy, then wake it up a little bit by refocusing on your breath more brightly. So let's practice like this in silence for a little bit. So now we can feel very happy with ourselves for engaging in the practice. Let's fill ourselves with universal loving kindness. Utilize the visualization technique of filling your whole being with the white light, which represents the universal loving kindness. Remember that real metta, real universal loving kindness is just that, universal. Has no limit. It's immeasurable. Even though we have limited metta, you could say right now, with our true nature, or within our true nature, it is immeasurable. The wisdom that we can uncover, realize for ourselves, is all-knowing, all-pervasive, all-pervading. The compassion, loving kindness, joy, equanimity is limitless, immeasurable. So fill yourself with this universal loving kindness, utilizing the visualization. And don't forget the feeling. You have to have the feeling of universal loving kindness, even if it's a little forced sometimes. Right now. Eventually it won't be. Fill yourself with so much universal loving kindness that it now overflows. It radiates outwards, initially to our loved ones, family and friends. So the white light leaves your heart center, enters into the heart centers of them, and fills their whole being with the white light, the universal loving kindness too. Have the wish that they are happy, and have the causes of happiness. That they are free from suffering and free from the causes of suffering. That they are joyful. They have a mind of equanimity. They are peaceful. And now also include strangers and do likewise. And those you may regard as enemies as well, and do likewise. And now let's radiate this loving kindness out further and further distance-wise to include all sentient beings now. The ones that are born from wombs and eggs and moisture, or through transformation, whether they live in the waters, on the land, or fly through the air. Whether you know about them or not. Whether or not you have an affinity towards them, or are indifferent towards them, or have, for whatever reason, some negative feelings like fear and so forth towards them. Then this loving kindness, utilizing the visualization technique and the feeling. And now radiate this loving kindness throughout your whole state or county. Almost like you are creating so much momentum now, very quickly spreading this loving kindness out like a tidal wave of loving kindness. Now throughout your whole country and continuing throughout the world. Other countries, all of the oceans and waterways, down to the core of the earth and to the outermost atmosphere. And throughout the whole solar system. And all of the solar systems throughout the galaxy And likewise, all of the galaxies throughout the universe and beyond, until your loving kindness pervades throughout infinite space. No limit, immeasurable, to innumerable sentient beings, bringing them benefit, helping them on the path to enlightenment. So let's recite the dedication prayer. Due to this merit, may I soon attain the enlightened state of the Buddha, so that I may be able to liberate all sentient beings from their suffering. May the precious body, Chitta, not yet born, rise and grow. May that born have no decline, but increase forevermore. And may the precious view of Shunyata, not yet born, rise and grow. May that born have no decline, but increase forevermore. So, excuse me. So we're obviously going to continue reading to you the article, Meditation and Its Benefits, Getting to Know Your Mind. We got through last week, I think maybe almost about 2/3. So we have the last third to go. I won't repeat it, obviously, because it's too long, about 2,500 words. I think maybe even up to 3,000. Okay, so just if you forget or didn't pay attention or didn't participate or didn't watch the video last week, then have a look at that for the first part. Okay? The first 2/3 of the article. And then from next week, we will start to dissect the article, start to give commentary. Okie dokie. I'm not sure yet, by the way, whether I will do as we've done in other teachings. In other words, do some sort of overviews and to begin with. Not much details of the commentary, and then give more details later, or whether just to go straight into the details. I'm thinking the latter. Okay, so we'll see how we go. We can always change our mind. That's the thing in life, isn't it? And it's great that we can do that, because if we make bad choices, we can change our mind for the better. If we, think, oh, I'll do that way, and then you go, no, it's not going to be helpful. Try your best, though, if you make a choice to do something that's beneficial, and follow through, okay? Maybe you don't change your mind then and do something bad. Excuse my dry humor. All right, so we'll resume from where I wrote, resume intro. I actually thought it was the second today, but it's the first. The following is some simple instruction on meditation. In fact, I'll pick it up from the short paragraph prior to that. It's important to stick to your plans to meditate and not keep putting it off and doing other stuff instead. Be committed, be consistent, be brave, and enjoy getting to know your mind or yourself. The following is some simple instruction on meditation. Firstly, practice recitation of taking refuge in the Triple Gem, Buddha, the Supreme Enlightened Teacher, Dharma, the teaching that leads to enlightenment, and the Sangha, the supportive, harmonious community that upholds and shares the teachings, along with any other prayers, verses, and teachings that you are familiar with. Sit quietly in a comfortable position. Close your eyes. Bring your mind to your body. And from the bottom to the top, release any physical tension. Then bring your mind to your breath, breathing in and breathing out. Just simply follow your breath. Whenever thoughts arise or you become distracted, let go of the thoughts or distractions without force and gently place your mind back on the breath. If your mind becomes dull or sleepy, just refocus more brightly on your breath. This way, replacing your mind on your breath becomes the antidote for both the distracted and worried mind as well as the dull mind. Set yourself about 20 minutes to do this. Although, as mentioned, you can meditate for as long as you like. Be patient with yourself. It gets easier with practice. Remember that even if we walk or plan to walk around the whole world, we can only ever take one step at a time. At the end of the meditation session, dedicate all of your merits to all sentient beings and the realization of supreme enlightenment. Another method of meditation that is recommended is loving-kindness meditation. As in the previous instruction, begin by sitting quietly in a comfortable position and gently close your eyes. Take as much time on each aspect as you need to genuinely experience and radiate warm, loving kindness. Extend genuine, warm, loving kindness and compassion to yourself, to your family, loved ones and friends, to those you may regard as enemies, to those you may regard as strangers, to all sentient beings, without exception, throughout infinite space, wishing that we all have happiness and its causes, that we are free from suffering and its causes, and that we all abide in genuine, warm, loving kindness and compassion. Along with your regular meditation sessions, you could also do what I like to call meditation in a cup, like 2 to 3 minute noodles or soup. In the article I wrote, ha. Whenever you have a few minutes free time, whether you are standing, walking, sitting, or lying down, just focus on your breath. For those of you who drive, or I'll add a footnote here, or if you're a passenger, you could practice what I like to call traffic light meditation. If you are out driving and stop at a traffic light, rather than wishing that the light turned green, calm your mind by focusing on your breath, but don't close your eyes. Ha. If we keep our mind upright, without wavering, remaining without greed and desire, and we live conscientiously in the present moment, then whatever we do is practicing the Dharma. Our practice is not just about external form. It is about experiencing with our mind. When the mind is clear and stable, our behavior will not go astray. Not only will we be happy, others will also feel safe and secure in our company. This is practice. The mind must be clear and stable and not follow the changing external environment. When a situation arises, our mind shouldn't be swayed immediately by our surroundings. This is practice. Have a great time getting to know your mind. Keep your mind calm, clear, flexible, and wholesome as much as possible. Let go of any unwholesome thoughts or attitudes. Be peaceful, loving, and kind. That's all. Quite simple and uncomplicated. So that's the article from what I read to you last week and this week. How are we doing for time? 6 minutes. So we'll continue the introduction. Just to remind you, of course, I wrote the article about 9 years ago now, initially. And as I read it, of course, there's certain things that I could expand upon with the writing, but actually I'll just do that with the commentary on this video, in these teachings, or during these teachings. And yeah, there's lots of points in this, not just meditation. Of course, meditation flows into all of the Dharma practice. as the three poisons, or another way to express the Eightfold Path, fold into each other. They all fold, all of these teachings fold into one another. So the meditation part, of course, of the Eightfold Path is the right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. And this folds into right understanding and thoughts, speech and action, livelihood. So the training in morality, meditation, and wisdom, they all intertwine, all related to each other. And so that's one of the reasons why I added all of the other teachings, because the other teachings, even though the article takes the form of talking about meditation and the benefits of meditation, of which one is getting to know your mind, probably the main one, and but actually it includes a lot of other teachings in relation to purifying the mind. And once again, this relates to the three high trainings of the Eightfold Path, because the Buddha said, do no evil, do only good, purify your mind. And so it's a very well-known statement of the Buddha. And do no evil, of course, means to be moral. So this is the higher training in morality in relation to the right speech, action, and livelihood. Do only good relates to practicing meditation, taming your mind, taming your mind, training your mind, transforming your mind, eventually to transcend the mind, which is the wisdom aspect. So purifying the mind, realizing right understanding, right intentions, eventually to go beyond all of this, realize bodhicitta intention, the related bodhicitta, both the aspirational and the practical, as well as the ultimate bodhicitta, when the great compassion and loving kindness is married and perfected with the supreme wisdom. And so all of this is helping us to go along the path to supreme enlightenment. And if you recall, when we were having the commentary on Master Atisha's, how am I doing? Master Atisha's heart advice. Basically, even though it sounded so simple towards the end, really was an exhortation to realize Buddha nature, realize supreme enlightenment yourself, realize your true nature. And so this teaching also includes that on purpose, but also in saying that I'm very imperfect, okay? Compared to, especially to the Buddha, but the high-level bodhisattvas, the great masters throughout the ages, my masters, you know, in this life, other lives. But I'm doing my best to, you could say, mirror them, really, in the sense that teaching the Dharma sounds very simple for the person, the beginners maybe, to intermediate, can get it on a simple level, instructions, simple level, follow the instructions. But the more you go into it, the more multi-layered the teachings are. And so if you are a more advanced student, then you can realize some of these teachings, let's say, for instance, certain paragraphs and whatever, are actually talking about the deeper teachings at the same time as simple instruction. Okay, so really the goal is always there, you know, to realize enlightenment, whatever you know that as, whether that be you know, the supreme enlightenment, anuttara samyak sambodhi, unsurpassed supreme enlightenment of a Buddha, or whether it be the enlightenment of Arahant, or the other three stages along the Theravada path. Up to you, your intentions, you know. So we can't express enlightenment with words and expression and, you know, body language like that. But we need the words, we need the body language, we need expression to be able to, first of all, tell you what it is not. It's not mental afflictions, obviously. And that we do need to avoid doing negative things. We need to engage in good things such as a meditation, and we need to purify our mind. Okay. Eventually, you will realize the true nature. Success is guaranteed, like I've said before. So I rejoice in your goodness, meritorious goodness. I rejoice in your efforts to study the Dharma, practice the Dharma, and share the Dharma to the best of your abilities. And take care of yourselves, your mind, your body, and I see you next week. Have a lovely day ahead or evening ahead. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sangham.